Please welcome 2016 UP Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, Kasey Keller.
So many people come to mind as I kind of want to thank everybody that kind of made this possible. You know, first of all, I think it starts with my parents for dragging me around to every soccer field that seemed to be in the Northwest at that stage. And I think my mom would have really appreciated GPS back then, as she got lost to pretty much every field we ever went to, and at different times teams were always trying to, my coach was always trying to hide players because the referee would hold the game back a little bit if there wasn't enough players there for the field. But eventually she figured out her way to get around the pitches, so I was able to get the training that I needed. And that's where it kind of started here in the Northwest, just giving that opportunity. And so as I started making youth national teams and getting the opportunity, I thought I always wanted to go to one of these big schools that everybody talked about. And then I met this coach, who was starting at this small Catholic school in Portland that I really hadn't heard about. But the more I talked to him, I knew that I had to be a part of that. And Clive Charles was just a huge reason, and really the main reason why I chose to come to University of Portland. And it was easily the best decision I made in my whole soccer career. There's no chance I would have had the career that I had if I hadn't have made that decision to come to University of Portland, to have not only the tutelage of Clive and what I got from him on the field, but what I got from him off the field as well, but also what I got from the whole University of Portland community, and what I got from my professors and fellow students and my teammates and the support coaching staff and the athletic department. I truly became, it's funny, I mean, as an amateur though, I truly became a pro at University of Portland. You don't know what that meant, because as this cocky farm kid from Olympia, Washington, my father didn't understand kind of why I chose to be a soccer player. My father was a baseball player. And he's kind of saying to me, he said, you're 15, 16 years old and you're giving up all these other sports to be a soccer player. He said, there's not even a professional league in this country. And I said, well, Dad, I mean, it's just, I just plan on going to Europe, and preferably I'd like to go to England, and then I don't have to learn a foreign language, but it would be nice to go to England. It wasn't until probably about 15 years into my professional career that I realized that I was the first American to play in England on an American passport. But sometimes it just takes that little bit of confidence, or maybe a little overconfident, I think, at that stage. But that overconfidence, I think it got honed here. You had a level of humility, a level of just understanding that I probably wouldn't have had, and I wouldn't have had it. And then obviously I have to thank my wife for letting me drag her all around Europe. And it's difficult as I sit here, and see, the growth that this university has had in the time since I've been here, and having the honor to be now on the Board of Regents and kind of help direct that in the small way that I can. But without Clive here, it's so difficult. And then losing, this summer, probably the other person that was directly to indirectly responsible for me being at the University of Portland, and that was the financial support that Earl Childs gave to this university for so many years. And I was fortunate that he became, yes, very much so. And how fortunate through those relationships that I was able to form with Clive and with Earl for all these years. And I know if it hadn't have been for those two individuals, I wouldn't have been the player or the person that I am today. So I thank the whole University of Portland community for giving me the opportunity, and thank you for making me the person I am. Thank you.